Hello, gorgeous. Today we are speaking all about surrender. And if you have ever felt like no matter how much you achieve, how much you push, or how much you try and control your situations, well, things tend to not feel good enough still. Or if you wake up exhausted, or your mind is racing with everything that you need to be doing or that you should be doing, right? Even when you do have it all, like success, wealth, your power, maybe you still feel like there is a feeling of emptiness. Well, if this speaks to you, you're in the right space. What if I told you that the missing piece isn't so much doing more? This is the thing that I've had to learn, but it's actually surrendering. It's receiving from this space where you drop that masculine shield. I know for myself, I deeply struggled with this. For years, I believed that control was my power and that staying independent and being the strong one all the time, because that's the narrative that was given to me from a young age, and never showing weakness, although I'm a very sensitive person, well, that was the only way to protect myself. And I was achieving high, and I was actually admired for this. This is the thing that I was always receiving this idea that, okay, the more that I do, the more that I achieve high, well, I'm actually getting a lot of recognition for this. So, but in this as well, I became really exhausted. I developed a lot of pain in my body, especially in my belly when I was much younger. And so I was very disconnected from my body and from my own pleasure, like real pleasure, or knowing how to make space for this in my daily life. And no matter how much success I truly had, well, I wasn't truly feeling the success. I wasn't feeling the enjoyment of it until I learned the secret to my magnetism and my radiance and my true happiness and this feeling of love, and that was surrender. And that's the thing, sister, I want you to understand here and take in, is that your surrender, this ability to surrender, is not a weakness, it's a power actually. And it isn't just going with the flow all the time or being passive for that matter. It's actually a deep embodied trust. So when you master the art of surrender, life does begin to move for you, or you start to meet with life rather than always going against it, and you stop pushing, you stop chasing. That's a big one. You become the woman who just receives from her heart. You're still willing and you show up every single day for this grand, rich queen that you are, but you do it with ease, you do it with joy, and it comes from this space of deep feminine magnetism. So today I'm going to take you through the art of surrender and what true surrender actually means and why it is so hard for us high achieving women, and how to soften in a way that makes you more powerful rather than less. But first of all, my name is Jessica Angelari. I'm a high priestess of love, sensual feminine embodiment coach, and I'm in this deep devotion to your love and your feminine growth. My channel here and all of my work really is in devotion to guiding you to this deep personal growth, focusing on spiritual, sensual, sexual, and emotional and physical development. So if you are new here, welcome. And if you are joining me again, welcome back. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your presence and all your love here on this channel, and for supporting me in this so more women can receive this wisdom that I believe is really going to serve all of our growth and our hearts. And if you are ready to shift into a life of effortless receiving of feminine ease and pleasure, I do have a free 7-day series, Erotic Feminine Embodiment. So make sure you check that out. This is where you start this journey of stepping into your sensual aliveness, and where you come into this space of practicing the art of surrender and presence and feeling and connection and opening your hips. All of this is for you. So make sure you grab that. The link will be in the description below. Each day you will receive a different embodiment practice. I am so excited for this talk today in embracing, embodying surrender, practicing surrender, because for me, I learned that my softness was a weakness, as I mentioned. And I wasn't really aware of this for a very long time, but deep down I had internalized the belief that listening to my body wasn't safe. Listening to her wisdom wasn't safe. And so staying in control and being hyper independent and ignoring my intense emotions, well, it was the only way that I knew to protect myself, to feel like I had everything together, like I was holding down the fort, right? And if I let go, well, I believed that everything would fall apart and I wouldn't be loved anymore and I wouldn't be seen as worthy anymore. So I made sure that everything was the way that I wanted. Well, I tried to anyway. And I said yes to everyone, yes to everything. I kept everything under control to be liked, to be appealing. And I wasn't doing this intentionally, of course, but I got really good at not being vulnerable, at least in front of others anyway. But inside, I was exhausted. Well, my feminine was exhausted and I became resentful. I became overwhelmed by my own emotions. I was not able to hold the intensity of them. And my passion and my desires and my needs, well, they were just forgotten about, just pushed to the side, not even thought about. And I just felt scattered, always in my mind. And I wasn't anchored into my body. And I was chasing this idea, this illusion of beauty, the beauty standards constantly, and this idea of love that was not even achievable, wasn't even something that I could get a hold of because it didn't exist. None of it truly landed because I wasn't held in myself. This love wasn't held in myself. I wasn't trusting my own masculine energy to support me, really. Instead, he was just too busy holding up this barrier, this strong wall, you can say, up around my heart, and as a way to not fully be seen in my weakness. So I had no choice, or at one point, life gave me no choice, really, to bring this wall down from my heart. I had to let go of the rigid ideas around beauty, around life, around relationships, around my identity, around everything needing to be so difficult. And yes, at first, everything kind of did fall apart in my life. This happened about 10 years ago. And in that falling apart, I went on a journey, a journey of true discovery from my heart, a journey of reclaiming the feminine, the journey of the power of surrendering, letting go. And here I met actually with more love for myself, more compassion, and I started to realize what I needed in my life to feel fully supported. It took me years of this falling apart until everything just kind of fell into place again. And that's something that I want you to know as well. And what I'm so passionate about when you work with me is that you don't feel alone in this journey. And you really feel supported in this journey of allowing your mind to soften into your heart, and you truly listen from the space of your respectful heart and the wisdom of your womb. And it doesn't have to be hard when you are supported in being held in this beautiful path of the feminine, which can feel hard, it can feel lonely, but it doesn't have to be when you're supported in this. And when you have the beautiful anchor and the safety within you to go to these beautiful wild spaces, these unknown spaces, which can only happen when you surrender. And that's my wish for you, sister, that you practice this art of surrendering, this surrender that allows you to wake up feeling motivated, nourished, sensual, and in complete trust that life has got your back, that life is actually unfolding for you and is meeting you where your heart is effortlessly. And I should say most days to feel like that, because let's face it, we're all human, right? I'm human, and you're not always going to feel amazing and great and motivated and have this amazing zest for life. Like, that's not what this journey is about. That's not what the feminine is about at all. That's an illusion. That's a false narrative of the feminine, that you're just always going to feel sensual and amazing and beautiful. No, it's about honoring where you are right now, truly honoring every sensation, every emotion, and stop holding up this wall to avoid that out of the fear of losing control. Because when you have your own back, when you're anchored in your heart, and you surrender to that, well, magic actually unfolds. More synchronicities, more beautiful blessings. So even when those unhelpful thoughts come in, or the emotions of sadness or anger or frustration, whatever it is, they creep in, you don't force yourself to feel or think any other way. Instead, you step into this space of no more pushing, no more forcing, no more overthinking things. Instead, you allow, you accept. You accept what is there, what is showing up, and you slowly come into this space that feels sweet, luscious, and it kind of feels easy. It feels very neutral. This space where you receive the messages, you receive the flow, you receive the wisdom, the next step that you need to take in your life. You receive your inner girl. You receive the emotions. You receive the messages of your inner girl and what she's asking you, what she is wanting from you in that moment. You know, whatever it is. But it's an intentional space that you come into that allows you to remember love. There is love. I am love. So why does surrender feel hard sometimes? As a high achieving woman, maybe you're a perfectionist, maybe you like to overthink things. You've mastered the art of control, right? And getting shit done just doesn't feel hard for you. You're pretty good at following instructions, doing them, getting shit done at a really high standard, or if you're anything like me anyway, and you've maybe have built a life of success, of wealth and power, but in the process, maybe you've lost touch with this deeper feminine art of surrender. It's easy to do that as well. And surrender is often misunderstood. It's not just about letting go and going with the flow, as I mentioned. When we do that, that can in itself feel very chaotic, unstable, and unsafe. True surrender is about union. It's the dance of the feminine and the masculine energies within you. So this is an art that we need to practice. The feminine energy flows, yes, but the masculine holds it. And this is where trust comes in. So surrender isn't just about being passive and yeah, whatever. Just go with it. Whatever's meant to happen will happen. Like, I like to take on that attitude as well. But it's also about relaxing into the knowing that you are held and that you are safe and that life is already carrying you where you desire to go, but only because you're showing up every day for your desires, for this amazing, nourished, beautiful, radiant woman. You cannot surrender if you don't trust. And you can't trust if you're not allowing yourself to surrender. So all of that feels really hard when we're in constant control as well. So what I'm saying might sound like I'm kind of contradicting my ideas here, but as you can see, they weave together in order to create this whole beautiful fabric of life. This is the feminine path. So you cannot surrender if you don't trust. You can't trust if you're not allowing yourself to surrender. And usually our control signifies that we don't trust. Maybe you're not trusting you. Maybe you're not trusting your partner. Maybe you're not trusting life. Maybe you're just not trusting your gifts or your skills or what you bring to the table. Maybe you're not trusting that you're deserving. But when you embody surrender, you don't come into situations like relationships, dating, even your business from this space of desperation. You're not needy, you're not grasping onto the outcome, you stay open. And in this state, from my own experience anyway, is where you receive. It's like water flowing down, like in a river. She's supported by her strong masculine. So there is this sense of like, okay, I imagine her just like, yeah, I'm enjoying life. I'm moving down. I'm allowing myself to magnetize beauty around me. I'm creating beauty around me, but I also know where I'm going to go because I'm supported. Otherwise, I'd be a complete mess and I would be leaking out everywhere. So the key to unlocking this deep state of feminine surrender lies in your body. And you can even do this and practice this right now. Just place your hands on your belly or your lower belly, so in your womb space, on your pelvic floor. You can close your eyes and just breathe into this space, not from your chest or from your throat, like really drop down into your body. We need to practice this as women to feel the energy of certainty filling you up, softening you with this breath, allowing this life force to enter and to energize you. You don't need to know how things will unfold. Like, really breathe that in. Like, even taking that really deep breath allows me to surrender into my body, and it brings a sense of relief. You only need to keep showing up, but also lose the grip. Let's stop focusing on the outcome. So how can you stop focusing on the outcome when you go into a date? Let's say you meet a guy, he seems amazing. You guys get along really well. Well, you also need to know how amazing you are, how incredible you are. And whoever gets to be in a space with you is so damn lucky. How lucky would this guy be? Whatever happens, happens. You've shown up. You took the bold risk of just going out and making yourself feel amazing and giving yourself fully into that relationship without holding back, or in that date, I should say. And if it is meant to be, this is where the surrender comes into it. If it is meant to be, then it will manifest into something. And if not, you're okay. There is so many other amazing men out there. Trust me, there is. It's the same in a relationship. I know how independent you are. I know how freaking amazing you are, how much you can do. You have nothing else to prove. So if he is showing up for you or willing to show up for you, let him. Let him look after you too. This is such an amazing gift for you because I can breathe now and I can enjoy myself while still knowing how freaking amazing I am. It doesn't make you any less. This is just a little example that I could think of on the top of my head. But allow the unfolding to happen. Come into this space of surrender. Practice surrendering with your breath. And maybe do that before any situation where it feels like, am I controlling here? Can I take a breath? Am I trying to control the situation here? And come into this space of embodied trust. Start trusting yourself. I've personally been on this journey of surrendering and slowing down and rewiring my nervous system to receive in a whole new way. That's a big one. We need to feel safe in our nervous system and have this love dripping into our nervous system to then trust and let go. If you join my program, Feminine Remembrance, Come Home to Yourself, my group temple, this is what we do. We practice the art of surrendering, but first we practice feeling safe in our body to be able to do that. We rewire our nervous system to be able to hold more pleasure, more love, more of our desires, to receive more. So in my own journey of this slowing down, I've had to ask myself, I've had to come into this space of acceptance, like I said, and be aware of where am I controlling, and then asking myself, why am I rushing for? Why am I pushing? Like really start asking those questions for yourself. Come into this curiosity and don't do it to judge yourself. You just, actually I am pushing here. What have I got to prove here? And then see if something shifts within you. If not, that's okay. But just start asking those questions. And notice, was I able to shift in my embodiment here? For me, that's what happened. When I started to ask these questions, I surrendered more to slowness, to stillness, to pleasure, and I unlocked a new narrative, a new portal of receiving. Let me tell you, it is so damn delicious. So when you slow down, when you surrender, you move into this energy as well of witnessing. When we're in this energy of slowness and receiving and surrender and love and really basking and honoring what's there, like really basking in this, this is who I am. Well, we start to create more, we hear more, we shift into witnessing. So that's the invitation here. Witnessing in your feminine body is everything. Witnessing your thoughts, your emotions, witnessing the sensations, so the tightness in the belly or in my heart or in the back heart, in your shoulders, witnessing how you're showing up in sex. Are you controlling? Are you holding back? Out of the fear. How are you speaking? How are you holding yourself? How are you allowing yourself to feel good right now? How are you allowing yourself to soften from your mind and into your body? How are you allowing yourself to open up to pleasure in all moments? This is the work of the feminine. It's about witnessing. Witnessing is an underestimated feminine superpower. It's the ability to feel deeply, to soak in the beauty of life, your own beauty, to feel pleasure, to feel sensual. Because when you're moving too fast, you miss this. You can have everything. You can have the money, the luxury, the success, the relationship. But if you're disconnected from your feminine, from your body, from your truth, you won't feel all of this. You won't feel it in your body. You won't feel the pleasure of it. You won't feel the bliss. You won't feel the love. And this is a real loss. And this is why women who look like they have it all together and perfect, maybe they find themselves still numb, overworking, drinking, feeling exhausted, feeling empty, because the feminine must be fed by presence, by slowness, by sensuality. So when we work with the feminine, we slow down. We go into the energy of just enjoying, not necessarily loving what's there, but just trusting yourself to feel what's there and coming into the space of enjoying, meeting with the love, meeting with the beauty that you are. This is where the sensuality piece comes into it. So your sensuality is the gateway to your erotic, untamed self who surrenders. Not afraid to feel, not afraid to love, not afraid to open. She enjoys herself. She feels herself deeply. She drops in. This is how you feel love rise through, even when you're feeling shitty, even when you're feeling down. It's how you soften from the mind and you come into the body. This is surrender, softening into feeling love for yourself, to feel compassion, to feel forgiveness, to feel your inherent worth. There is a deep remembering of love that happens here. It can only happen when you surrender, allowing whatever needs to move through you. Your connection with the goddess, who is the essence within you, is really felt through this softening, through this surrender. She is the frequency within you that is love, that is beauty, vitality, pleasure, prosperity. All of that yumminess wants to be activated within you. Can only be felt, yes, when you let go, when you open your heart, when you feel. Feeling becomes a lot easier as well. And this, of course, can be felt through your slowing down, taking a moment to just be, to listen, to soften, to meet with your love. Not to get rid of that feeling of anger, the frustration, the guilt, the shame, that is going to be there. Life is hard enough as it is, so you have to be willing to make space for all of this and meeting with this with your beautiful feminine heart, which is a resource that you have always within you. So when we work with this beautiful, delicious energy of slowing down and surrendering, we allow ourselves to hear more. We create more, we feel more, we receive more without feeling like we have to do more, that we have to keep pushing. When we're moving fast, just things become a lot more difficult. But when we work with the feminine and slow down, like really loosen your grip, we go into the energy of enjoying you. You enjoy your sex more, you enjoy life more, you enjoy like these really simple moments that are very mundane or very routine. it starts to become more of like, oh, this is so fun, or this is so lovely, or this is such an amazing moment that I can enjoy, or that I'm having with my partner right now, or this is just like, this was a date. Whatever happens, happens, but I enjoyed myself. I'm proud of myself. This is the art of surrender. And another thing to know is that if you desire to feel more beautiful and to stop chasing these false beauty standards that just keep you stuck and in this constant loop and cycle of not, where you just don't feel good enough, well, surrender actually becomes your fragrance of the feminine. It is your fragrance to your magnetism. Because like, think about what happens when you're moving fast constantly, chasing the next thing, chasing success, chasing beauty, chasing love. It manifests through you in a way that doesn't bring you that sense of vitality and pleasure and softness. So when that happens, our body contracts. But when we're really rooted in our own self-worth and we're doing things out of enjoyment, well, that naturally exudes out, and it exudes out as confidence and this beauty that can't be pinpointed by makeup or by other things that we're trying to achieve. It just comes out naturally. It's part of your fragrance. And that's part of what surrender does for us. So yes, when you love yourself, when you surrender and to your pleasure, you surrender to the outcome, and you give space for this in your daily life, and you surrender by witnessing, you activate something ancient, something powerful within you. You become magnetic, not because you're just trying to be, but because you're fully alive. This aliveness activates your beauty, your radiance. So when you surrender, your embodiment shifts, you attract a higher standard in a relationship or in your clients. You celebrate your beauty. You love every aspect of being a woman. You embrace it fully. You call in a man who sees your worth, who feels your depth. And this, my love, is the essence of true feminine power. Not force, not struggle, but deep surrender into the knowing that you are worthy of receiving with ease. And it is safe to let go. You are so loved without trying to push and force yourself. If this speaks to your soul, if you're ready to awaken your feminine, embody sensual, surrender and receive in a whole new way, I invite you to work with me. I have private mentorships, courses, and experiences designed for women just like you. Women who have it all, but desire more depth, more pleasure, more ease, more love. Of course, don't forget to sign up for my free 7-day program, Erotic Feminine Embodiment, where you will start your journey of feeling alive and connected to the goddess within. The link will be below. And let's unlock your most radiant, surrendered, and magnetic self together. I've got you. We're in this together. You don't have to do it alone, because when you surrender, you don't lose control. Trust me. You lose what is not meant for you. You lose not what is not aligned to your heart. But in this, you gain freaking everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and share this with any other sister who you know would really benefit from this wisdom, who you know would really love to receive these transmissions. We really need more women just like you who are turned on in life, who are tuned in, and who are who desire more of their feminine, amazing wholeness. So I'd appreciate it if you shared this video with them. I will leave you there. Thank you so much, beautiful. I can't wait to see you again in the next episode. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Until the next time we meet again, remember, you are so worthy, you are so beautiful, you are so loved. All my love and passion to you. My name is Jessica Angelari. Bye.